going on, guys? This is Carl with the RacerRed channel. I'm out here riding Boundary Trail. As the weather gets nicer, I'll be able to do a lot more videos. I have a lot of stuff planned. A lot of people ask me if YouTube is the only thing that I do, and you know, if I'm getting rich off of it. The short answer is no, definitely not. YouTube doesn't pay enough at my currently, it just doesn't, at my current subscriber count and all that stuff. Yeah, it doesn't quite make the cut, but it really depends on how many views I'm getting that month. That really dictates how much I get paid that month from just YouTube alone. But I'm also making money off of Amazon with the affiliate links in my description. I have Patreon supporters, and depending on how many of those guys are helping out can make all the difference. And then yeah, I mean, the income is really pretty low overall, but so is my output. So like, I spent a lot of my life basically getting to where my house was paid off, and I did that. Once my house was paid off, I have no car payments, no house payments, no credit card payments, nothing. So life becomes a lot easier if you have zero payments, and all you have to do is pay for your basic necessities. So that is essentially how I was able to do it. I owned a duplex, which I rented out for a while. I sold that duplex for a profit, and I owned a house in Caldwell and sold it. Took the profit from both of those things, and then I bought a house outright where I'm currently at. So I have this house that I just own completely, and that's the Dave Ramsey way is essentially how I've made it happen. But yeah, am I driving Ferraris and stuff like that? No, I'm not. It's nothing fancy, that's for sure. I'm just doing what I love, and I could go back to working at any time, but I've really put a lot of effort into prioritizing my kid, my family life. I'm putting a lot of effort into that, and that takes a lot of effort. So when I'm not doing that stuff, which is about, I don't know, 30% of the time, then I can allocate that time towards this channel, writing, and first of all, it's about having fun. But because I don't need a lot of income, it is fun. I don't have a lot of stress. But could I go back to the working world where I'm just, you know, working 60 hours a week, working my butt off and driving the fancy car and having a really huge house and like wearing a gold watch and not enjoying a single bit of it because I'm at work all the time? Yeah, I could definitely do that. I don't want to do that. It sounds horrible to me. So I'm gonna live life my way, and it works out. Essentially, if you can do away with your own desire for things that are completely unnecessary, like we all desire, we walk through a giant house and we want that. We want this big, huge marble, you know, whatever. But you're gonna be just as happy with a little house. Trust me. As long as you can go somewhere, have a nice spot to rest, and, you know, get by with your necessities, then you're fine. Like, you don't need a gigantic place. With that mentality, you can really get ahead. I mean, and if you keep working, and keep making money and save during that process, you'll be a millionaire before you know it. But I wouldn't recommend letting people know that. I wouldn't recommend trying to show off and doing all the fancy stuff. Anyways, becoming completely debt-free is the foundation for the RacerRed channel. And now I spend most of my time taking care of my family, and then the time that I have left over, I'll use on the RacerRed channel, which is plenty to go out here and do some riding. And I also want to work, though, and in order to do that, I want to implement dirt biking into that. I want to be able to go out with different groups and make footage of their rides and use that for the channel as well as for them. So right now I'm doing so this is an LLC, RacerRed Media LLC, and I'm going to start riding with people, not as a guide but as a videographer, and I'll film your ride and then I'll edit that for you and send it to you and give you all the footage. And that's essentially what I'm also doing. It's a funny thing, because right when I figured I would start doing this, going on rides and offering videography services, so I can't be a guide. There's a long process for that. There's a lot of legal stuff. I can't be a guide. However, I can be a videographer. And so I can go out with different groups, video the ride, give you an end video, and all that stuff. And that really interests me. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. And it's funny they contacted me because I just came up with this idea, and I started to implement this idea when they contacted me. So it worked out perfect. That's the long answer. But the short answer is just I'm debt free, so I don't need to make a ton of money. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you stopping by, watching the video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. This is a really, really nice trail. I'm kind of worried about my dog. He's in my ambo right now. He's hanging out in the ambulance, all worried. He's a really good dog. Really friendly. Really good at being where he's supposed to be and just hanging out. So far away from being a wolf, it's not even funny. It's hard to believe he was anything but a dog. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna turn back here pretty soon, and I'm gonna probably head back so I can take care of my dog. The thing about my dog is he'll eat anything. So it's kind of sketchy to leave him alone just for that reason. If you leave socks, he'll just eat your socks. Just gobble them up. The ambulance is pretty well picked up, but there are some sleeping bags in there, so I'd like to see him try to eat those. I think he would definitely die if he ate a sleeping bag. That dog passes some really big clothing items and really big socks and things like that that normal dogs would probably not make it through, but he has. I've been trying to train him not to do that and making sure I give him some serious repercussion every time I see him doing it, but he's very sneaky. He already knows he's not supposed to do it. He'll walk up to something, grab it, and just swallow it. Well guys, I think I'm going to turn around and get headed the right direction, because otherwise I'm just going to keep riding. Alright guys, I just wanted to thank my Patreon supporters. That would be Lance Darnell, Jim Jolson Jr., Kurt Kinghorn, Daniel Roush, Brian Thomason, Wade James, Moto Creek, Nathan Young, Jason Froling. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you.